One of my loves outside of racing is cricket, and so the opportunity to come here to the home of Hampshire Cricket Club, the Ageas Bowl in Southampton, was too good to miss. The reason I'm here is to speak with Racing UK's pundit Will Smith. A lot of you will know Will as a man who gives excellent tips, excellent analysis, but you may not be aware that Will is also a professional cricketer. He's combined already this summer a very busy and extensive cricketing programme with his passion for horse racing, and he has been seen throughout the summer as a Racing UK pundit. How does he combine the two, I hear you ask? Well, we've come here. He's got me wearing the Hampshire Cricket Club training top. He's got his kit on, and we're going to find out more. Well, we've had an amazing morning here at the Ageas Bowl, your home ground, and we've seen you out and about with your teammates training. We saw you on Racing UK recently as a pundit, and you're also a father of two as well. It's clear you're a very busy man. How and why do you fit it all in?
I fit it all in because I enjoy every part of it. The cricket here, I mean, this is a fantastic place. You've seen it, the stadium's unbelievable. It's my first year here. We've had a bit of success as a team, and I've done okay personally, so it's that part of things is brilliant. Racing I've always loved, always had a passion for. My dad got me into that, that's his fault. When we were a lot younger, my brother and I, he used to take us to Towcester Racecourse for always Easter Monday meetings, Boxing Day meetings, and got bitten by the bug pretty early on.
So was racing the first love before cricket, and then you realised you were good at cricket and followed that path?
I think it probably was, yeah. But thinking back to my first visits to Towcester were when I was probably 4 or 5, I think. And I remember certainly the gambling side of things, it sort of caught my attention then, which is probably a bit naughty to say as a child, but there was a horse that had come over from Ireland on the Saturday. It ran down the field in a 2-mile maiden hurdle or something, but powered on up the hill into sort of 6th or 7th. No one had seen it, because obviously everyone's looking at the winner and all the punters had gone collecting, and my dad saw this horse power up the hill. I think it was called Roman Coin. And it came and won again, or came out on the Monday, and my dad backed it at 33-1 or something silly. It wasn't backed, you'd think it would have been, given that Connections might have planned it. Similar kind of race, and it just was ridden a bit more prominently, and it stormed up the hill and won, and my dad was over the moon, and I think that's how I...
There's always that first horse, isn't there, at whatever level, but everyone remembers that first horse.
Yeah, I mean that was, it was just the whole sights and sounds of a racecourse and the smells and everything about it, the atmosphere there, and when you go to Cheltenham and Royal Ascot and the big meetings, it's just a phenomenal place. I mean, any live sport is great, but for me, that is, it just gets me.
So when you go into the dressing room and you think you found one, and you see it's raining, you go, yes, I've got all day in front of the racing. Are you able to watch it in the dressing room?
Yeah. Well, I have Racing UK anyway, give that a good plug now. Yeah.
Do you feel pressure when you go on Racing UK? I know you obviously must feel pressure when you go out in front of thousands of people to play cricket, but do you find it pressure when you give out tips? Is it any way comparable?
Not really, no. I mean, it's because I say I love doing it. I think if I was younger, I probably would, because the same with the cricket. If I was younger, or when I was younger, and playing in front of big crowds, I did feel the pressure then. Because you do, as a youngster, you're playing in front of 20,000 people, and they're watching you mess up, and you're worried about that. But I've become a bit more mellow, I think, as I've grown up and realised I'm doing something, or doing two things that I absolutely love: cricket and being involved in racing as well. I'm incredibly lucky, and why should you worry? Why should you feel pressure if you're incredibly lucky?
So, as a bit of fun, we've come down to the nets, and Will's brought a friend along who just happens to be an international cricketer, Imran Tahir. He's going to bowl a few of me. Imran, good to see you. What's going to happen here? Will you just explain, because this man has been known to get a few pretty good batsmen out at this time. Yeah. He's now going to try and get me out.
Yeah, he's probably one of the world's best spinners, one of the world's best leg spinners.
Good to know.
Taking a huge amount of international wickets, so we thought we'd let Oli loose against him and see how he goes.
Good luck. Right, set.
Catch it, Amy! Oh, that's short leg, unfortunately.
One of those nice and loopy ones in me. Will, some quick fire questions for you now. A trainer you rate that you always look out for?
David O'Mara clearly is going from strength to strength. He's been phenomenal. He seems to get the best out of every single horse that he has in his care, whether it be a high-class young 2-year-old or a horse that he's 60 rated handicapper that he's inherited from elsewhere. He seems to be able to get them just right, get them sweet.
Jockey you rate?
On the flat, obviously, Ryan Moore is just unbelievable, isn't he? He seems to have a clock in his head, and he just knows what pace to go on what particular horse at which stage of the race, just to make sure that his head is in front of the line. He's unbelievable.
Favourite horse?
It'll probably have to be Desert Orchid, I think.
Favourite race?
Probably the Gold Cup, where he powered on through the mud to nab Yahoo in the closing stages.
Cricket questions now. Who's your cricketing idol?
Probably one that not a lot of people will know, but Graham Fowler is someone he played Test cricket for England. He was my coach at university, and he was probably the guy who made me grow up most in terms of cricket and also sort of life around cricket. And he played the game in the sort of right way as well. He enjoyed it, and it was a sort of nuggety opening batsman, which is something that I'd probably relate to. So yeah, it'd be him.
How would you describe yourself as a cricketer?
Nuggety opening batsman. No, I always was that, but I've managed to branch out and become a bit more versatile as I've got older. This year, the bowling in 2020 has been brilliant. So I think I'd just like to be known as
talented all-rounder.
Yeah, talented but versatile. Jack of all trades, master of none, probably.
What's in your best day as a cricketer?
Certainly winning the championship as a captain with Durham was pretty special. There's not many people who can say they've done that.
And your best day in racing?
Probably I was at Cheltenham 2012 World Hurdle Day when Big Bucks won it for the however many times it was. That was pretty sensational.
Most embarrassing moment on a cricket pitch?
I've had a few. Probably not the most embarrassing, but it was embarrassing to myself. When I played for Nottinghamshire, I knew I was going to move to Durham the year after, and that particular game, Nottinghamshire had to get a certain amount of points to make sure they didn't get relegated, and Durham did. So I knew I was joining a team that they were basically fighting against for relegation, and I had to try and get as many points as I could for a team that I knew if I did well, it'd condemn myself to playing second division cricket. So it was embarrassing for myself because I didn't know how to approach that situation.
What did you decide?
Well, professional pride took over, and I thought I had to try and do as well as I could. But Mushtaq Ahmed was playing for Sussex against Nottinghamshire, and he's a world-class leg spinner like Imran Tahir obviously is, and he got me out cheaply for not very many, and I sat there in the change room just thinking, what am I doing?
So, Will Smith, how many wickets have you got this year in county cricket roughly?
Not many in proper 4-day red ball cricket. In the white ball stuff I've got 20 odd I think in 2020, so
okay, cool.
So this isn't usually my thing, so if you do well against me here, there's a reason for that.
Okay, really? Already backing down. You're an odds man, you're a 4-man, you see value. How would you price it up that you can get me out? It's 6 balls. So I've got, give me a target.
Well, I reckon off 6 balls, try and get 10. That's usually as a last over chase, that's usually sort of a standard thing. I'll tell you where the field are.
Okay. How would you price it up?
Go.
Are you favourite?
Yes.
10 to win, 6 balls. Game on. God, look, I didn't see that. That's a 4. All day long, that's a 4. He's fired up. 4 leg boys. So I need 3 off 1.
You need 3 off 1, 2 to tie.
He's done it. Will, thanks for your time. It's been the most incredible day, stunning stadium, great people. Really appreciate that. Thanks for not getting me out either and bowling your slower balls to me. But most importantly, congratulations on a great season with Hampshire. And we look forward to having you on Racing UK plenty more time.
Brilliant. Thanks, Oli.